This is the last 5 minutes because every time I think of Joey, I think of like he's watching Smiling Friends or like an animation. I know he retired recently, but Meat Canyon, and he's like doesn't really make animated stuff anymore. That's what I think Joey watches. And whenever I see Joey on his phone, he's watching like blackpeoplemeat.com or like it's like some random ass video.
Yo, what's up? What's this? New table. It's bigger. It's blacker. What's not to love about that?
Absolutely.
Welcome to the Joystick Show. It is episode 195. It's not a different show. It's the same people, same basement, a little bit different of a layout. We've been teasing it for a bit. First and foremost, welcome back, Joey. It's been a hot minute. It's actually been over a month since Joey's been back on the show.
Has it been?
Yeah, but yes. Joey's been Pippin, and he'll get onto that in a little bit. It's actually been 5 episodes, so it's a month and a week.
That's crazy.
Nice. Fucking on top of that, yeah, new set. This is officially Joystick's reconstruction era. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
I don't know what the Civil War was between us.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, but I'm glad it's over now.
Yeah, it's just 2v2. I don't know exact. Probably like Halo. There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. RVB.
It's like red and blue.
Exactly. So point is, we're here and we're getting ready to celebrate the next. I don't know how that works. 4 episodes to 199 to figure out how this is gonna work, because this is still a work in progress.
It looks good though.
It looks good, but we're a little cramped in. We're still trying to figure out. There's a bit of a mess back here, but we're gonna figure it out over the next 4 episodes.
Maybe some new props, maybe another candle, maybe some background stuff.
Maybe some new people.
Maybe some decorations, maybe new people. We will see. All right. Main reason we did this is so you can see everybody's face in the master cam now. It's really nice. You got the sign back or the TV back there. It's great. Everything you loved about the Joystick Show.
It's still here.
It's still here.
The master shot looks like incredibly centered. I'm looking at it right now.
I worked very hard on it.
It looks like, I don't know, it looks like an interrogation. Like if this light was like an actual interrogation light, this shit would look way too intense.
There's tons of changes are going to be made all around, not just visual changes, also like to the quality of the show in general, the lighting, the longer wires. It's going to be great. It's going to be cool. Before we get any further, if you want to know what we're talking about, still there. Look at that.
Whoa.
That is what we're going to be talking about this episode. Make sure to go ahead and like this episode and also subscribe to Team Joystick for Moy. It was so close to being good. So
wait, no.
Am I the only one being thrown off with all the cameras here now? It's like,
I'm looking. I'm like,
which one do I look at?
I don't look at any, but I look at just like, I think it's better that like we just look at like, we just talk to each other.
Yeah. I'm having fun looking at each single camera.
But we also shouldn't. You know what I mean? We should just...
I personally talk to this camera from time to time, but I have to get used to the fact that it's not there anymore. This is still weird.
Well, I mean, I would also have like this weird in-between where I would talk to Bobby, and then if I'm like, sometimes I just like riff into the camera and then go back to talking to Bobby. And I'm like, wait, am I talking to the audience? Am I talking to Bobby and the audience?
Yeah. So great weird start to this episode.
Oh, absolutely. Can I start?
Go for it.
Is that possible? Can I absolutely start?
You can absolutely.
Yeah, we'll go in a row. Circle.
That's actually a really good idea.
Crazy.
That's actually for the
testing out the circle already.
For the first time we go in a circle.
Me and Jerry are like getting ready right now. Like fuck.
Let's
absolutely.
Go.
So the beginning of this I would say maybe spring, I decided to do something to myself that no person should do.
Steroids.
Close, actually. Very related topic, Joey. And that is the game of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Not only do I have...
It's like one link right there.
Yeah. Not only have obviously the gambles of baseball, which I think I hinted at one point, but also I have decided to watch every single Mets game if possible.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I mean, I usually do it. Mm-hmm. And then the Mets are bad at some point, and then I'm like, I don't want to put myself through this pain.
Yeah.
But the Mets are in this weird predicament where they were terrible for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So they went from being like, to being like, oh, this is like one of the worst teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This has come to a head when the Mets had to play the LA Dodgers, who are the best team in the league. Mm-hmm. And they have everyone. They have Ohtani. They have the former MVP. They have I think they have 4 former MVPs on their team. And they're just all together, playing together, having a good time. They then have to play the Mets on a back-to-back doubleheader. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you guys think how this sounds. It sounds like the Mets are going to lose both games dramatically.
Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the second game, the Mets are winning the first game. They lose it in like the 8th inning. They lose the game.
Which you told me had been a recurring
theme. But it's a little worse when the next game the Mets are losing 11-4.
Wow.
And and by the way, they're using a lot of the same players for both games.
Gotcha.
Because now a lot of teams carry mostly pitchers, and then you have like 4 dudes off the bench, 5 dudes off the bench. It's not like back in the day you would have like 6 or more guys off the bench. And so the Mets guy gets really mad, starts arguing with the third base umpire, which I don't know if you guys know, there's 4 umpires, and then in the playoffs there's 6.
Where are the other 2?
Left field, right field, home runs, so they don't have to go review it and waste a bunch of time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, so the third base, basically, all they do is obviously they do outs and stuff if they get called on, but if the guy check swings, they sometimes get pointed to and they have to go, or you know, like I love the good hand signals. So this guy is obviously not giving the Mets pitcher Jorge Lopez the benefit of the doubt, so he starts arguing with that umpire, gets thrown out of the game. Right? Bad time to get thrown out of the game. He then starts like crying almost, the Mets pitcher, and throws his glove probably 10 rows into the stands.
Wow. Lucky fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like it became a meme. Like everyone was like, "What the fuck is happening?" Also, the guy's like, "I got the glove." Man. And by the way, it's like this guy's like good. Like he's a good pitcher. He's not like amazing, but he's been on only good teams in the past.
Yeah.
After the game, the media immediately, like hundreds of people just storming into the locker room trying to get his name, trying to figure out what happens. He is Hispanic, right? He's Spanish, speaks Spanish. His English isn't good. Mets don't provide him a translator. He then goes on to say pretty, not bad things, but essentially like, this team fucking sucks. I suck. Basically, he says, I have to be the worst fucking teammate, but he kind of slurs it, and it sounds like I'm playing for the worst fucking team.
Gotcha.
So now it sounds like he's throwing his entire team under the bus. They throw a team meeting. The Mets immediately clap him, go, "You're DFA'd." To explain, designated for assignment is basically like purgatory. Like they're like, we got to trade you, or we try to put you in the minors or something. We're going to do something with
basically,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they immediately do that to him. Then it comes out the next day that now he's like going on like this revival tour. He's like, no, I feel so bad. You didn't know.
I signed the glove. It comes
out that Jorge Lopez, the pitcher, his son is currently dying. His son needs a transplant.
Oh my god!
And he's like on a list, and now this guy is like
his
taking
dad's
all
on
of
a
his
list
salary
too. Holy
to
shit!
like take his son to like all these hospitals. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
This situation just went fucking weird.
Now the Mets look like the bad guy. Now the Mets are like, we DFA'd him, but maybe he'll be back. We don't know.
But then the Mets revealed that they had a son.
All right, now.
The minor league team is dying. Oh man.
The Mets then proceeded to beat the Diamondbacks 2 games in a row. Now they're on like this revival arc, and now I cannot wait for them to win 10 games and still not make the playoffs, because the baseball season goes on until October.
Yeah.
So now this is going to be an ongoing thing. I like to establish this. Sports are going to consume me.
Like they haven't already.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't like, I don't know, I'm not that I'm all talk, but like of course I'm like a big like numbers guy and stuff, but like I don't watch like a lot.
Yeah.
But baseball is one of those things that you just kind of leave on in the background, so so yeah, I'm in it.
And not to go on a tangent, but how about those Rangers and Stars, huh? Not looking too not looking like your predictions going too strong with that side of sports.
Hockey's kind of the biggest toss up in sports.
That's fair. That's fair.
Someone can just go in, they like break their neck or whatever on the boards,
Get
and all
sliced up.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden now the other team might win.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll be checking in on that.
Cool.
I think Bobby jinxed it in the other direction. I think the Rangers are going to win the next 2 games, and if they don't, the Florida team's really good. I like how all of the best hockey teams are in fucking Florida. That is hysterical.
Makes no sense.
Tampa Bay is like one, like has been the best hockey team for the past like decade, and it's
Way
like
to go, Florida.
like what like good, I guess. And the whole reason why they're good, no state tax.
That's a different conversation, Dylan.
Yeah, I was
conversation. And I will move it on to Mr. Pippin.
Yeah,
what's up?
Pippin?
So yeah, for those who are just joining, I've been gone for a while. I was helping assistant directing Pippin for my former community college. The show went well. The show was very well. There's a lot of talented young performers, and I just had fun working alongside my What's so funny?
No, I'm watching Dylan like get confused by the cameras over there. He looks like a lizard.
I was just trying to make sure that I was in frame on this one, and then I was like, wait.
I'm just assuming the middle is the main frame.
Yeah, it is, and I was like, I have to tend to fat Joe it a little bit, so I wanted to make sure.
Lean back. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, overall, it was a really great time. I didn't have to understudy anyone, so I was glad about that because I wanted them to have the experience. And yeah.
Did you wear tights?
I didn't have to wear anything. I was just naked the entire time.
Oh, cool.
That's really
like
impressive.
a true assistant director.
He puts his this is how things, my way or the highway, you know?
I went to a celebration today, and Andy was there, and he told me, he was like, oh, Mr. Director. He like kept announcing me as Mr. Director, and I was like, wait, why are you calling me that? And then he had to remind me that I did that. I go like, you were assisting for Pippin, and I was like, oh. I was like, yeah.
You were. I
was joking. I was like, I'll put you in the next movie, kid. You're going far.
No, I mean, this is a great arc. I mean, Joey, you had such potential to be like, I know it's different than like movie directing, but just be like, just take a photo of your director's chair, send it to Bobby, be like, I'm directing this right now.
Yeah. This is the exact same thing.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty one for one.
We kind of
absolutely. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. But it was cool to be. I've been so disconnected to my craft, which is theater, and it was cool to just be in the room again and have these conversations and allowing the actors to make the choices themselves. Because most of the time, being a director is just telling them like, well, what do you think the character feels, or like, how do you feel? What do you think from an actor about the character? And that kind of lets the person kind of figure it out themselves. I kind of like that, as opposed to do it this way. You could do it like that, but it's kind of more interesting to see what the choices an actor makes. Especially, maybe it's because you're also teaching them how to be an actor rather than like follow directions. It's more so think for yourself how to portray this.
And also that's important too, because it's like a school, right? So it's like there should be that learning.
They actually are worried that they might get rid of art degrees because a lot more people are going to conservatories for either visual or performance art. That it's like, oh, it's cheaper to go do that and get a certificate than go to college
get a job after than get a certificate, and then you end up working as a barista or
going to college and wasting a degree. That's a whole other topic, but
that's why I didn't go to college.
Word. I it's a whole other topic, but I was like, damn. I'm kind of glad I graduated with the degree while I had it.
And then on the topic, we're officially a master's podcast now. One of us has a master's. Congratulations to Joey.
Oh, thank you.
His master's. Does that mean like the podcast gets a little smarter now? Like,
I think it should be. I feel like it already has.
Next episode.
Up until I thank Osama bin Laden's son for watching the podcast, I think we're good. I think we're highbrow.
Number one, that was a highlight of recency in the Joystick show. Number two, I think that's the first thing that we've learned in the Reconstruction era, that we have to be smarter. And next episode, we're all going to wear glasses. Just like reading glasses.
I got my glasses. Do you got glasses?
Yeah.
I don't.
Jerry, I don't think I've ever seen you in glasses.
I have glasses, but I don't wear them.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I've never seen...
I'm
excited to see glasses,
out, like,
Jerry.
Jerry's deaf. He's like actually he has a bunch of problems. He's like, yeah, I just don't.
Jerry actually
he's like blind. You mean like he's like majorly
no,
blind?
he has a defect in everything, and he's just super good at covering. Yeah, he's like
you're the $6 million man.
Yeah.
He's also mute, but he's somehow like managing right now.
Yeah,
he's somehow done
like
199.
I'm just like using other people's voice lines.
That's why.
That's why it's always like puns and shit. Wow, he figured it out. Yeah.
It's just a bunch of comedians in there.
It's just a bunch of SpongeBob quotes.
What are we gonna say next? Like,
what's the name?
I like how this started at like Jerry has like physical defects, and now he's like has multiple personalities. Like,
multiple Jerrys inside his head.
Yeah.
It's like Inside Out.
So what's up, multiple Jerrys? What have you been up to?
I mean, I haven't been doing much. I was just kind of like I was this close to cutting in line from Joey because I wanted to continue on sports. But I let it keep going in the circle.
I appreciate it.
But I was gonna talk about. So I was gonna talk about this when Dylan was actually going, because he was talking about how baseball players and the poorly translated media. And I was watching actually recently the media coverage on UFC for UFC 302 for Dustin Poirier. He's like, I think he's American.
Yes.
And Islam Makhachev, he's from Dagestan, from
Yeah,
Russia.
he's from Russia.
Yeah, and they're like trying to like talk back and forth, and it's like hilarious. And then
you mother bitch,
and
you
then
know,
it was-
and shit like that.
it was
you
in
know?
like an Instagram reel where you like slide. And it was also like it was Canelo talking shit to
Golovkin.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my favorite one. I'll never forget. I forgot who Canelo was fighting that night, but at the end it was to promote. It was him and Triple G3, their third fight. And they play the whole fucking like the hype video for it, and then as soon as it fades out, somebody gave this motherfucker the mic. They don't even zoom in on him; it's the ring, and you just hear, "Where are you, Golovkin? Where are you, motherfucker? Where are you?" It's fucking great, bro. And not for nothing, when Canelo first started learning English, that was the best arc. That was incredible.
Oh,
There's that famous one where he gets into the press conference fight with the guy, and he's like, "Fuck you, man. Fuck you, motherfucker." Like that's the only word he knows how to use, but he says it with such conviction. Fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck you, man.
I think that like foreign like athletes, they think motherfuckers like the worst thing
No,
you can
yeah.
call
It's
somebody.
like it's literally like the tamest.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, in translation, it is pretty bad.
it
It's
sounds
just-
it sounds really, I don't know, it's kind of like how Australia is cunt, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of really bad in America, but they're just like saying it at like 11 a.m. at the
no,
coffee
yeah,
shop.
it's like
yeah.
a
Yeah, you
bitch,
can.
you know, like-
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good cunt, bad cunt. Yeah.
Like, what did you say?
Fuck you, bloody.
fuck you, bloody, fuck you.
Yeah,
Just arguing in foreign languages is fun.
It actually really is.
truly.
We need another Spanish speaker, so we could have been like, "Hey, do it
Yeah.
with this person," and we could have just been like, "Ah ha ha."
We got one more in the
In the tank.
tank.
In the
yeah.
tank. We got him in the tank.
Gonna rotate him in. Fucking if Jerry hasn't been up to anything, I've been up to literally fucking nothing.
Nice.
It's been mainly setting up
This.
for this, yeah. But other than this, I've been playing games, and I'm bringing that up because we all said that we've been playing games. I just wanted to bring up the game that I've been playing because I find it kind of interesting. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. Like I mentioned last episode, I didn't know where to go for my platinum journey. I was stuck. I didn't know what I wanted to go. I didn't have any games.
It would be Jumping Chocolate. you were gonna
Jumping
play.
Chocolate?
Yeah. There's a developer. So like essentially, so not to cut you off or your
like
fucking,
you're doing right now.
Yes, but this is actually interesting because I did want to talk about this. That Sony started cracking down on a couple of like the publishers that like make like free platinum games or like $1 platinum, and it's like some bullshit like My Name is Mayo. But there is one developer who just every week they come out with a game that's just jumping and you press A and you get the platinum. And there are about like 50 of them. There's like Jumping Taco Ultra, Jumping Poop.
Cool.
It's like, but I think that now they're like banned from publishing on the store now. I
Gotcha.
think so. That's where you should be going with your platinum.
Sounds good.
Bobby's like, what are they?
Unlike you, I actually like to work for my platinums.
I mean, most of mine are.
But like I was saying, I didn't really know where I was gonna go with my platinum journey, so I decided I would go, take a look at the PlayStation, library,
Catalog.
and I decided I was going to stream a PlayStation 3 game, and now I'm playing Lego Batman 2.
Okay.
That's
DC
crazy.
Heroes, I think it's something like that, right? To be fair, I like Batman, but that's not really where I'm going with this. I'm really just staying in the world of Lego games here, because they're fire, and I'm mad that I didn't play them earlier.
Oh yeah, they
I think I played like one as a kid, but never really had them, and I'm having like way too much fun as an adult now. I'm like, woo, puzzles and fighting. It's like it's a great experience, and now I am officially trying to platinum like 4 Lego games. So that's what I will be doing for the foreseeable future. But what have you guys been playing?
I think I've played one Lego game on the Wii, like once.
That's it?
I didn't even know they had
Yeah.
Lego games on the Wii.
I don't know which one.
The Lego games I played were the Lego Star Wars 1 and 2, and then I had the demo for Lego Indiana Jones, but I was like, nah.
It was either Batman or Star Wars.
For the record, you could have said any game that you've been playing. We didn't have to go into Lego realm,
Yeah,
but
we all started talking
What
about
game have I been
Legos.
playing?
What Lego
I've
game
been
have
playing
you? I'm
with
waiting for
Legos.
you, Dylan. What Lego game have you played?
Lego Racers on the N64.
Yay.
same but PS1.
Yeah,
That's where it was at.
was
for
better.
me.
It was better.
Shit, I just been playing X-Defying, man.
X-Defiant's fun.
That's a jam.
Yeah,
That
it's
is a
the
fun
new- it's the new
game. That's a
banger.
fun one. Yep.
Do you think it is the COD destroyer? So they say.
Nah.
I think
it's
it's
fun.
I think it's more fun than COD though.
Yeah.
At the
My
moment,
personal
it is
opinion.
more fun than COD.
It is more fun for me. I just like
It's
how
fresh.
it's simplified.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about like gun classes, loadouts, this, that. It's
Yeah.
the same gun, couple different attachments, same factions. And don't get me wrong, fucking factions are annoying as well, but the game itself is fun, and I like that. It kind of, like Jerry brought up a good point earlier, it kind of scratches an itch of both the arcadey shooters like Call of Duty, but also kind of like the competitive ones like Overwatch. So it's fun.
It's a good
like
blend.
I like the medium ground. It's cool. Yeah.
Shout outs to those games that can do that. There was like at the State of Play that there's a game that looks like a PvP, and everyone's like, "Oh, this looks like Overwatch. It's ass." But we're playing X Defiant, which literally plays almost like Overwatch.
Oh, you're saying the Marvel one that I think.
No, not even
the Destiny one.
Yeah, the Destiny looking
Concord,
one.
I think it's called. Yeah, gamers are just hard to
Gamers
keep happy.
just don't know what they want.
Yeah,
they
don't.
really don't.
We
Just
really don't.
just make a good, fun game, and it'll get people to play it. Like, you don't gotta like
just
be
no
crazy with it.
Don't ask us.
microtransactions.
I wanna make a
fucking
game.
And even if you do, if you have a microtransaction, make it like 2 skins and call it a day. Don't like, you have to buy this to do that or whatever. No,
Yeah,
just make a good game.
Yeah, speaking of, also shout outs to multiverses. Very, very filled with microtransactions.
Yeah.
Fun game sometimes. Fun, not so much of a fun game other times, but either way.
Yeah.
Nicole and I wanted to do a local couch co-op because in the beta you could, and it had all the characters. Now they're all locked.
Yeah.
They said, "Fuck you! You need to play
Yeah,
to
that's.
pick a character." I'm like, that's scummy.
Yeah, people have been
But
complaining.
the game's
a lot.
free.
Yeah, but it's free. So
Yeah, that's-
how much can we complain?
This is fucking great. Like I know. Like back in the day, the only free games were like MMOs. You know what I mean? Now it's like
Yeah.
it would be like you'd go onto the free section on PS3 or PS4. It'd be like World of Tanks. And
I
that
mean,
would be
look,
it.
realistically speaking, if you think about all the
Bejeweled.
games we've been playing recently, they're all free games.
And they're the best ones.
Yeah.
And even then, when a game isn't free, I think about when I started playing it. Like I remember, I like went back and made a list of like all of the games that were like my favorite games of the year, and almost every single one was one that was free on PlayStation Plus. Going back to like 2014,
Yeah.
Rocket League, Rogue Legacy,
No, yeah,
like,
that's how
going
it is
back
for me,
all
too.
the way. It's
There's
always,
always-
a game that's free in some way.
There's always jams.
Yeah.
PlayStation knows how to get it right, though.
I like places.
That's why they're tattooed on my arm. Before we move it on to another subject, we have officially hit the time where we're going to order food. Yeah. You should say something really racist so I could cut back in right now.
Asian people are
All right, cool. Food's been ordered.
Absolutely.
Power of editing.
I will
Yay,
move
great.
in.
That's awesome.
I'm back in the shot.
Actually wanted to bring up something that was brought about in that little thing you didn't see. I don't know how I felt about this, but I want to get your guys' take on it. Specifically Dylan, but everybody's take. I feel like we can all speak to it. You guys know what the Mark Twain Award is? Specifically the Mark Twain Award for humor.
Yeah, that's. I knew it had something to do in the performance.
It's an award that they give out almost yearly to somebody in the comedy world for like their amazing contributions to comedy, right?
A lot of famous people.
Where I'm going with this is 2024's winner was an interesting one for me, right?
Ooh.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the list
Of nominees?
of winners.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna just say specifically like the last 10
Because I know they're big names.
because I want you to know like who
They're-
we're talking
they're
about.
huge
Yeah,
names.
exactly. So
Like cream of the crop comedians.
So the last 10 in this order, going from last year to the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler, Jon Stewart, Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
Julia
Yeah.
Louis-Dreyfus, David Letterman, Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy, Jay Leno, Carol Burnett, Ellen DeGeneres, Will Ferrell. So,
Hall of Fame.
And then,
all millionaires.
Tina
all-
Fey, say what you will. I think it was
They-
rescinded, Bill Cosby, but still, legend
Yeah.
of comedy. George Carlin, you know where I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, these are funny people.
They're
You've
either
seen them enough.
either legends or highly successful.
Yes,
people.
and before I say who won this year's Mark Twain Award, I genuinely want you to know that this does not come from a place of what I really feel about this person's comedy. It's more so that I just don't think that this person has that enough in his repertoire to have earned this award.
Ooh, that's the
And
clue.
it's Kevin Hart.
That's what I was about to say. He brought up Kevin Hart. That's why. Yeah.
So my thing is real quick. I was talking about this with my girlfriend. And we came to two opposing viewpoints where she likes Kevin Hart more as an actor, whereas I actually appreciate Kevin Hart more as a stand-up because that's
Yes.
where I knew him from first, and that's how I kind of grew to like him. And I do think he's a hilarious stand-up comedian, right? That also being said, like I said, compared to Adam Sandler, Dave Chappelle, Will Ferrell, these people who have a decade, sometimes decades worth of comedy under them, I was like, is this too soon for Kevin Hart? Is this?
It feels too soon, but when you think about it, he's been around for a long time. I kind of recall seeing his stand-ups first before seeing him in any films.
It is maybe, I would say probably like 5 years too early. Maybe they're going off of like, oh, maybe this is like not the best Kevin's done, but like we've seen like a lot of what
He's
like
undeniably successful.
Yeah,
I think maybe their logic was like, oh, we've seen like the best of what Kevin Hart has to offer. So maybe that was their logic, that they were like, oh, okay, let's give him it now, because it'd be weird for him to like not doing anything and then we give it to him in like 15 years. But I would say that he has been around, like Joey said, underrated, like in terms of like how. Like, I remember watching, like, Scary Movie 3, which came out in, like, 2004, and him and Anthony Anderson are in it. Like, they're, like, the two... Yeah. They're the 8 Mile guys. So it's, like, that's pretty, like, that's a long time ago. That's 20 years ago. So he's been in movies for 20 years. So that's something, but he does stick out like a sore thumb.
And look at him now.
And
on Kaizen Stream.
I was gonna bring this up, because what you said brought up another good point, where I was like, if not Kevin Hart, then who, right? Like, who would you think? And honestly, while I was sitting here and thinking of it, the only name that came to mind for whatever reason was like Steve Carell, maybe, for his contributions to comedy, both in movies and television, right? I figured that could be something there. But then I just looked it up, like potential winners for this award. And the fact that these people haven't won it yet, Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Mel Brooks, Amy Poehler, Mike Myers, Conan O'Brien, it's like Steve Harvey even, Larry David. Like, there's people who are definitely deserving of this award, and I think
they're gonna give that shit to Larry David on his deathbed.
And all I'm saying,
have a memoriam and shit. And that's exactly what they're gonna do.
My take is that should Kevin Hart have received this award? Yes, maybe not this early. But point is, what I'm trying to get at is I think there's at least 3 solid people who probably should have been given it beforehand.
I can
you
agree.
know what I'm saying? So that's why when I saw it like on Netflix, because it was there, I was like, get the fuck out. Like, Kevin Hart won them, like, he's still like in his 40s. That's why I was like, what the hell? Usually the winners are in their 50s, 60s, older. But regardless, I will say congratulations to Kevin Hart, because I know you're gonna watch this. I know you were begging to know what Bobby Rosario
for a
thought.
tiny man. He's huge.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
Big. Yeah.
But shout outs to this year's recipient of the Mark Twain Award, and shout outs to the recipient of the 2047 Mark Twain Humorist Award, Dylan Diaz, for his contributions to comedy and podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah, say something funny right now so they can use it in the clip when they show your achievements and highlights.
Ka-chinga binga.
Whoa, there it is. Originally Dylan's catchphrase.
No one else.
Ka-jinga binga. You gotta love it.
Might be a K, might be a C, might be a G. Who knows? It doesn't mean anything.
Like gajinga binga?
Like ka-chinga.
Just
like cha-ching.
You said G.
Just misspell it completely when he says it.
Or X, you know?
It's gonna have
what
like
is a
Q's
letter?
in it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What is a letter?
All right. Anybody else got something to swing it into before we...
Can we like react to something?
Like right now?
Yeah. Is that a thing we can do? Or is it like...
Considering the TV's behind 2 of the people on this podcast, it might be a little difficult to do.
Yes. I would like to say that in the future, I would like to react to things.
No, I know.
I am, sometimes I am very like, intuitive, thought-provoking. Other times I just want to funnies and pee my pants, you know.
I can donate a Roku stick.
I can show you something right now.
What? No.
Imagine.
You're gonna have to just put
we
it
have
up.
a podcast where it's Joey like, hey, what?
No, it's just us showing the person.
Joey's like, yo, that reminds me of this video, and it's 2 minutes of silence of.
Just to us watching it, some ASMR.
Get ready for next week where we debut our Instagram saved of the week. Where we all just share our favorite video. What are you showing?
No, you don't need to know.
I'm sorry. That might have been the most captivating thing Joey could have possibly shown me.
And now, like, we're never gonna know. Like, no one's gonna know. This isn't a good show. This is a horrible show.
It was Joe just.
Oh, it's that shit. Okay, cool.
Joey always. Can we talk, Joey? What do you watch? Because like in my head, Joey watches like.
That's what I want to know.
Because like
that's what I want.
That's another podcast.
This is the last
That's
5
another
minutes.
podcast.
This is the last 5 minutes because every time I think of Joey, I think of like he's watching Smiling Friends or like an animation. I know he retired recently, but Meat Canyon, and he's like doesn't really make animated stuff anymore. That's what I think Joey watches. And whenever I see Joey on his phone, he's watching like blackpeoplemeat.com or like it's like some random ass video. It's like not what I think is gonna be.
Nah, never know your next move.
Like Bobby's algorithm is random people. My algorithm is like comedians and cats and food.
My algorithm's everywhere, bro. I can't tell you what I'm watching.
Joey's is like kids falling on tricycles and fucking. Oh my god!
It changes.
Oh fuck me, man. Yeah, that's good. And to keep on the tangent, can we all just talk about Smiling Friends real quick?
Smiling Friends is an amazing show. Go watch it.
The show is great. Have you guys noticed like the difference in animation in this season than the last season? It feels like brighter almost.
A little bit brighter. Now that you say that.
Yeah.
Now that I'm noticing it.
Also, apparently, I don't know if it's really a leak, but according to like some document or whatever that Adult Swim had to write for the show, apparently this season's gonna have 17 episodes. I think.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's more.
It's pretty cool. Even though the show's pretty short itself, I think it's like what every episode's like 10 minutes.
Wait, how many are out now?
4.
Okay, because I've only seen the first 2. I didn't watch the.
Yeah, the 5th one comes. Well,
I
they
didn't
come out
watch
on
the next
Sundays, and then the next day they're out on HBO Max. The last one, I thought it was weird. The last one was a Halloween one that they put out, but they put it out in May.
Yeah.
But I think they've had another Halloween episode.
They already, that was.
It was the 4th one of the first season too. So I guess maybe like
they just like Halloween.
The 4th episode is always gonna be.
Japan, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah.
Jerry could have just made that up right now, but
nah, they don't have a 4 on their.
Jerry fun fact of the week. You know,
yeah.
I thought it was a fun fact.
But yeah, I'm glad. I'm really happy to see Smiling Friends is back and like it's hitting the same strides that it once did. So just happy to have it back because for a while we were all like, when is this shit coming back? And it's also crazy to see it like in ads during NBA Finals games.
Yeah.
It'll be like, and we'll be back to the TNT NBA Finals. And then it's like, make sure to catch Smiling Friends on Adult Swim. It's like, whoa, this was made by a YouTuber.
Usually it's just shoving buddies. And now it's
shoving
people we
buddies.
like,
Also, I forgot who I was telling this to. I think it might have been Jerry the other day, but fucking, I was going to bed. Me and Mildred I was going to bed. Mildred was already asleep, but she sleeps earlier than me. So when I get into bed, I'm usually going to like watch something for an hour and then I drift off and knock out. But usually I go to like Peacock and watch like Superstore, Parks and Rec. But this time I was like, I'll watch something on YouTube. And I go on YouTube and the first video that comes up is best of Zach on Oni Plays. Fucking Zach Hadel. So I'm like, all right, I'll check this out. Play the video, and the very first clip that plays is just Oni going, hey, Zach, record a scream. And Zach just goes, go! Like that. And Mildred is like, she just like rolls over, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, it was literally the loudest thing that could have played on my TV at that moment.
At like night.
It was just Zach screaming his fucking hat off. Yeah, pretty much. She was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't go. I apologize.
I'm sorry for the things that I watch, babe. Just
mistake.
A white man screaming in his microphone.
Oh, man. I did try to show her Smiling Friend. She didn't get it. And I was like, you don't have to. It's just.
I make Nicole watch it with me, and she finds it funny, but I also think she doesn't get it.
No. That's one thing I respect about Mildred. Part of it is also because she's like a filmmaker. Yeah. So much like myself, she'll fairly critique a movie even if she doesn't like it. Like I showed her Popstar. We talked about that. And she was like, it's an 8. And I was like, yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm. It's a well-made movie, so I appreciate it.
I have to ask my girlfriend how she thinks. I know my girlfriend has like a love-hate.
Yeah.
Like she finds it like she finds it very funny, but she's like, why do they do it this way? Like anytime it goes to like any like when like they change animation on people, she hates that. She's like, why not keep it the same? It like fucking it like throws her off. Which like I love that when they cut to someone and they're completely like in a different style. They're like really realistic or like they're like hand drawn or whatever. I'm like, this is great.
It makes me feel like they put a lot of effort into it. Like it's like, oh, you wanted to do something completely different with this guy.
Where does that come from? Like, I'm trying to remember like what cartoons did that back in the day.
Gumball.
SpongeBob. I mean,
back in
SpongeBob
the
every
day.
episode would have like just a
SpongeBob.
zoom in
A
of like
hand.
Close-ups.
Or
Yeah.
just like even like the captain, or like it would cut away to like what's his name, like Tom Kenny would just be doing some shit, and we're like, why are we watching
butterfly.
Tom Kenny for
Cashew
5
the
minutes?
pirate.
Yeah, like he'd just be in his house doing the dishes. We're like,
Why
oh,
can't
okay.
we cut to cartoons, man? It's fucking.
Why can't we cut the Joey doing the dishes?
Yeah. Fucking last. This is really gonna be like a 2-minute long tangent. I'm looking at the clock right here. Okay.
Yeah, this is a good episode.
What?
Speaking of things that my girlfriend showed me, I watched a movie that I know for a fact everyone here except myself had watched. I saw Holes. Okay.
Oh
haven't
my
seen
god,
that.
yeah.
You haven't
Holes.
seen Holes, Jerry?
What
as
the fuck?
As someone who has now seen Holes,
Right?
do yourself a
Bob-
favor and go fucking watch
Can we-
Holes.
Bobby,
I'm gonna start off.
you
and say
get it.
That
You
shit's
get
a
it, right?
10 out of 10.
Are we gonna watch
that movie
Holes
is a-
tonight?
That movie is a 10 out of fucking 10.
You
all
fucking
right?
get it.
Shout
Jose,
outs
watch
to Hector
Holes?
Zeroni and Stanley Yelnats.
I can fix that.
Bro.
Are we gonna show
Excuse
Holes?
me? It's great, bro. It's great. And it's funny. We watched the movie, and I told Mildred, I was like, as someone, because I haven't read it, but she personally has, I was like, for you, I can tell the book was probably fire. And she was like, it was way better than the movie. So shout outs to Holes. Fucking solid 10 out of 10. I don't know what Shia LaBeouf is up to now, but he was up to some cool shit back then.
He is like one of those like actors that it's like he peaked with Disney originals and everyone else was ass. I don't know how, but you watch Disney original movies and like everyone doesn't know how to act, and Shia LaBeouf is a perfect actor.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
Shia
He
LaBeouf
was
kicks
so
ass.
good. I was like, how did this happen?
That's actually, I found out, apparently in the books, the character of Stanley is overweight.
Yeah.
And they wanted to keep that true, but then they didn't want to put an actor or a young actor through the process of like losing weight for a role. And also apparently when Shia auditioned for it, his audition was so good that they were like,
I mean,
just
we,
make
we
him
have
fucking
to.
Stanley.
Make him Stanley.
yeah. But yeah,
Fuck the book.
shout outs to Holes. Shit is fucking good. Also, there's some great actors in it that I'm going to use against both my girlfriend and Dylan whenever we play Sin and Two Nerdles. So.
Bro, Bobby, I literally used what's his name? The guy with the hat, Mr. What's his name?
John Voight.
No, he's like kind of like the short dude, and he wears like the hat with like the thing underneath. I forget his name.
Is he Theodore, the black
Yeah,
kid?
no, he's like a white guy.
Fuck, man.
I forget. I'll point him out.
Yeah.
But he's like a background character in a bunch of movies, and
Gotcha.
he's a lock.
All right. Let's swing it on over to the Jam Yam Bam Slam of the week. It's gonna be
Let's
fun.
go.
I got 4 people here to share their songs
We got cool songs.
of the week. My jam of the week is gonna go to. You know what? I'm gonna give this jam to somebody who many people on this table have given AMs to, and that is the legendary, literally a legend, may he rest in peace, MF Doom. But specifically, it's going to be Danger Doom, his little crossover project with Danger Mouse, and I'm going to go with the song Crosshairs, which has one of the greatest instrumental beats I've ever heard on a rap song. It also has a nice little feature by Brack from Space Ghost. So, shout outs.
That's pretty great.
Nice.
That sounds dope.
My bam of the week is gonna go to Childish Gambino.
Hey.
Because no, it's not from the new album actually. But he has another new album coming out. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, another one?
Yeah, he has another one coming out.
I wasn't really feeling
This
this
month,
first
I
one,
think.
I gotta be honest.
I think it was like a completion of an old album or something.
was
like that.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't listened to it too much yet. But the song is called "Feels Like Summer."
Hey, Jam.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Jam. My slam goes to a song I found on my Discover Weekly on Spotify. It's called Waffles by Fighting Sleep. Never heard of this band, but on a first viewing, I was bobbing my head and I was like, damn, I want to like start jumping around to this song. Like, it made me long to be in a pit again and just do like stupid shit.
Pit shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. My yam of the week is a band I found from MLB The Show. That soundtrack. This band is Fiddlehead.
Cool.
And their
Fiddlehead.
Their song
The
is
sick ass band name.
Oh yeah, fuck. And their song is The Years. I would describe them as like kind of like Joyce Manor adjacent, like emo punk. But all of the members are like 35 and they're from like the metal like noise rock scene.
Okay.
So it's like it'll be like kind of not that heavy, and then it'll just get like way too heavy out of nowhere.
Gotcha.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. There are the AMs of the week. Thanks for joining us for this first episode of the Reconstruction Arc. Already so much learned.
I like
already
it.
so much more to do.
I like it a lot.
If the frames or the shots look a little weird, we're gonna fix them. Don't worry. We're gonna get that settled in the near future. In the meantime, it'd help us if you like this episode of the Joystick Show. You can go ahead and subscribe to Team Joystick, as that helps us a great deal. And check us out next week when Joey wakes up. But until then, I've been Bobby.
I've been Jerry.
Oh, he's awake. Holy shit.
Dylan.
And we are Gene Joystick.